Next, producer Sally Rounds taking us to meet a farmer with a penchant for experiments. Over the past decade, he's been intent on improving soils and pasture in low-cost, natural ways. He's now helping others too, and it's hoped these methods will become even more useful as the country experiences more and more intense weather events like flooding, heavy rainfall and drought.
We'll do the kindy tour, but I won't get you to pick up the eggs and feel them and that sort of stuff.
Do you often get groups here, Stephen?
We got 3, not next week, and the week after 3 groups coming. So we normally start here. Well, actually, I start with why do we use compost? And compost is only one component of what we're trying to achieve.
Stephen Newman used to be a pretty conventional dairy farmer, but in the last decade he's changed his way of thinking. Around the time he moved to this block of land at Kaipara, not far from Helensville, north of Auckland City, he heard of a different way of farming. And as he puts it, the penny dropped. Stephen now uses the 10 hectares here as a kind of model to show others what regenerative and sustainable farming practices can achieve.
The reason I start here is I show 3 areas that a little bit of compost, no compost, and this was put down in November. There was cracks through the soil, and I threw bucket loads of compost on, and it's just full of life, insects and everything. It was incredible.
He started the Kaipara Regen Farming Group about 3 years ago to support farmers improve soil health, enrich biodiversity, increase water retention, and reduce reliance on fertilisers and pesticides.
So everything we do with the regenerative approach is all about soil biology, creating that life in the ground. Then over here, we had a cover crop here in summer, and sunflowers. I think it was about 20 species we planted, and that is a quick way to repair your soils in the shortest amount of time without having to buy products and whatever. And then in the autumn I've planted a multi-species perennial mix, so in there's about 16 different species coming up, so I'll start grazing that.
And if farmers can't afford the cost of a cover crop, Stephen shows them low-cost or no-cost alternatives, such as many hooves on the paddock in a short space of time.
So what we're doing is showing them how to use stock density to create fertility and diversity. You're doing a quick impact, pounding the soil, the biology kicks into life, and all of a sudden it repairs the paddock really quickly as well. So you're not going down to mud. So you're leaving a carpet, a layer that's pushed down. So you've still got length in the grass or the species, which means length in the roots. So that's how we do it.
What do the farmers think?
Well,
the
they're
conventional
sceptical. We've got farmers that have started their own discussion groups, offset of ours, small little groups of 10, and they meet on their farms every 2 months, doing this holistic grazing and showing each other what's the responses. So we're getting this no fertiliser. Could you imagine 100 acres? There's a lifestyle block still to the bank size. These guys have to have off-farm jobs. So if we can get their costs down so they can reduce their off-farm jobs and work on the farm. 2, we now have a mobile abattoir, so I can now have and this is the other thing I'm promoting, is a truck come here, kill a beast, and I can sell it direct to the public. I'm now legally allowed to do it. And so I'm just setting up the process down here with the butcher, the home kill guy, so he's got a retail licence. We package it and then courier it all out to everyone around Auckland. So we're going to make more money out of the beef with lower costs. So these 100-acre blocks can start making a better living.
Through regenerative farming and through the processes at the other end.
Yes. Now, when we go back to conventional farmers, so you imagine a guy goes, and I can do that, not interested in saving the climate, not interested in carbon, drawdown, whatever. It's just a byproduct of what the regen thing is. He doesn't realise that's happening anyway.
You're hoping to spread this message far and wide?
Yes, we're also looking at employing someone possibly 2 days a week to go around a district and convert conventional farmers to regen farming. One in this district to create that sponge in the soil to absorb the water, to stop instant flooding, to stop the runoff down to the creek. We're doing it here. So you can see here the diversity. Different annual grasses. Kikuyu is a pain for north. So we are trying to figure that one out. But you can see there'll be different clovers all through there, different grasses, cocksfoot, fescue, chicory, plantain. There's a whole raft of things.
How did you fare in the drought?
Fine, no problems at all. If you keep cover over your soil, not bed grazing down to bare minimum, one, you're keeping the roots down deep, two, you're keeping cover of the soil so the temperature doesn't rise, and three, the soil biology retains the moisture in the soil.
Stephen's also part of the City to Farm food scrap project we featured on Country Life last month, which turns food scraps from town into tons of rich compost for spreading on farm paddocks.
Now, the compost is all the part of this, because not one thing solves all our problems. It's a combination of things. And so compost, especially through the City to Farm, is a inexpensive, brilliant way to get organic matter, fertility back onto the soil. So that's why I'm making this season, I'll make about 16 tonne, and I'll start spreading it through the paddocks as well.
Shall we go and have a look then and see how you make it?
Yep. Go down this way is the big bins and other bins. So these are the Johnson Sioux systems.
So we're looking at some crates, aren't we, made of
These
their
are what
wire?
we call ICB bins. IBC bins. ICB, I get it wrong every time. So these two here are just cuttings from the garden, weeds and stuff like that. And this one here is actually vegetable food scraps.
So these bins, you've just
so they
repurposed them?
have plastic liners, and they were designed to bring in things like shampoo, bulk shampoo, things like that. Now, the whole idea of Johnson Sioux is to have air going through it, so I don't have to turn it, because compost you need to aerate and turn.
And you've got some pipes in there with holes in them. Is that providing the air?
So yes, every 300 mils I should have air all around the compost. So you'll see that's why I've got the 6 pipes in there. So everywhere through the sides and through here, they're hollow all the way down the bottom with holes drilled through them. And so air is getting in everywhere. So therefore I don't have to turn this at all. I
You can just leave it.
build it, fill it,
Cover
and
it?
leave it. No, summer you want to irrigate it to keep that biology going.
How long will it stay in here, and how long does it take to be usable?
I can use, I'll go and show you some compost which is 6 months old. I'm spreading at the moment. So 6-8 months easily it's done. When I'm talking garden waste, to break this down you want 12 months at least. The good thing about this is you'll try and get the nitrogen to brown to green ratio right. If you muck up, it doesn't matter, just time will fix it. You never muck up.
So you've put the pipes in just to make it less labour intensive?
That's right. Now, then if we go down here, I'll show you how I got lazy.
Okay.
I'll get you to shut that.
What sort of farming did you do?
So I was
before
a
you
dairy
moved
farmer. I've done many things. So 30 years ago I had a dairy farm, my wife and I, in Whangarei, and we were conventional, traditional. We relied purely on nitrogen. So we didn't do supplement feed or anything. If we needed extra feed, we saw the deficit coming and just used nitrogen. I didn't know any difference 30 years ago. Well, especially because I was ex-IT and I had 4 days on a farm before I took over our dairy farm, so I had no idea what I was doing. So I did.
Oh, who's this?
It's Chester, the Clyde cross, and there's 2 donkeys coming up there as well.
Oh, look.
And then, so we're breeding the white Galloway. So it allows me to give a story other than just regen. I've got a whole breed, and So the guy next door with Angus or Hereford can do it, but I've got something different. Yeah. Anyway, here's some of the compost I'm spreading at the moment. I just tipped these 2 out and I'm just spreading it. So you can see the wood chip is still breaking down, but all the food scraps are gone. It's ready, there's worms all through it, it's ready to go, and that's about 6 months old. So you can see more bins over there. But this is what I'm getting into. I'm building another one here and then another one here.
And is all this for use?
Originally, the trials were for the purpose of improving his family's kiwi fruit orchards. Now he has tons and tons of compost for use on his own small farm.
Have you discovered the holy grail yet of composting?
Yes. So this is, to me, the holy grail. So, you know how I told you have to have pipes, air all through it? So I built all these and I was going to put pipes in it.
And now we need to tell the listener what we're looking at.
This is a bin that's 3 metres square with about 2.5 metres tall. So it's a massive bin. It basically lets my fits my tractor. And the reason I built it this side. So I was going to put...
And it's made of wood?
Made of wood with gaps in between all the layers, so there's air getting through it. And then I put pipes all in it. But then I thought, I really can't be bothered. I got lazy. So we just through the compost, didn't layered it. So you go mulch, food scraps, all the way up. And what we found out is I don't turn it, it still works. So this is ready in 8 months. It's a combination of things that's made it work. Oh, bokashi, biochar as well. Sorry,
Are you adding biochar to this?
So we've been doing trials. So some bins we've been doing different percentages of biochar. Like anything, I get the bug. I start out with 2 bins. So now I have, 10 bins, 16 bins area. They're just everywhere. Now I'm making these big 3 metre square bins.
So you're right into it. But some people will be thinking, oh, that's just
it's
too
like
much work.
it's actually easy because the truck comes here and we just make it all in half a day. So it's not like your normal compost from your house. You're building it up with your garden scraps, your food scraps, and it takes a year to fill it up. This is made in half a day, filled up in half a day, and then I leave it. And the next job is using it.
And so how can other people take this idea on?
So that's where you connect up with City to Farm. What's your best process for you to do? Is it swales? Is it ICB bins? Do you want to make the big bin? So we caught up with a gentleman in Helensville, went to his property, had a chat to him, and he went straight to the big 3 metre by 3 metre bins.
I'm going to have to stop you, Stephen. I have got a beautiful donkey that's just come straight up to me.
That's Poncho, and that's Misty, and the mother. That's the mother. Yeah, they just wander. They just do what they like.
You could have a petting zoo here.
Yeah.
With all your...
Well, the kids
I bet
love
the
it.
kids love it.
Oh, yeah, they do. Chickens everywhere. Yeah.
With the rain coming down, we take shelter in the shed next to a big crate containing the little insects which recycle dung from livestock, another way of enriching the soil.
Anyway, so these are ICB bins again, filled up with sand and clay, so it's a nice fine mix. And the dung beetles, there'll be about 50 breeding couples in there, and every 4 days I put new fresh dung in, because it's pretty much in about 4 or 5 days that'll be eaten down.
Let me have a smell. Not much smell in there.
No, that's fresh. So,
dung, with the dung on top?
Yep, just piles of dung on top.
So the beetles are munching away on that?
Yep, well they take it down about 1/2 metre down and make little holes, and they breed with all the dung in there.
Is this another experiment?
Well, this is also another part about improving your soil. So you imagine, when we do anything, everything's on the surface. So this dung beetle is taking the dung 1/2 metre down underneath into clay, right down. So I'm taking the fertility right down quicker and building up. In about November, the young will come out, and I'll catch all the young with a little bucket system, and then I'll release them on the farm.
This is a little breeding centre for dung beetles, is it?
Yes, yep. So, and then when I'm bored with that, I'll give it to someone else to take over, and they can do it on their land. What I'm doing costs hardly anything. So if this mucks up, it doesn't actually muck anything else up. Unlike, let's try this radical spray. Oops, I just killed my crop. Anything I do here doesn't make anything go backwards. And the inputs are low. You can do as little as you like. You could just use cattle and holistic grazing management. It depends on what you want to achieve and what are you doing? What's your context? What are you growing?
Stephen Newman in his shed at Kaipara in farming country in the northern outskirts of Auckland. That story produced and presented by Sally Round.